38 degrees outside today, ladies and gentlemen. But that will not dampen our spirits on today's little adventure, which requires me to get in the correct lane. What are we doing today, Virgil? I'm going to tell you. Today we are going to explore Northwest Houston, compliments of Highway 290. Yes, this is where we didn't go when we did the West Loop tour. Don't go to Austin. Don't go to Austin. Don't go to Austin. Today, we're going to go to Austin. Well, okay, we're not going all the way to Austin. I think we'll go as far as Highway 6. And then we will head south on Highway 6, and I will show you Copperfield and Bear Creek. Just so you know, I like to set my expectations up front. There are no bears in Bear Creek. So I don't know how it got its name. I can tell you it's freaking hot in here now. Anywho, so while we're traveling around, 39 degrees, while we're traveling around the city in the freezing freaking cold, I'm going to tell you a story. And I think you're going to like this story. And the title of the story is, How Did Virgil Get His Name? Well, it all started several years back. Pardon me. I was in the market for a different car than the car I had. There was nothing wrong with the car I had. It just wasn't the athletic beast that you see before you today. Nope, it was a Hyundai Elantra. Awesome car. It was a 2013. It was white with a tan cloth interior. Had the little eco mode. It was a really great car for driving around the city, but not so great for picking up the chicks. And that's when I went on the search for a sports car. And it took a while, but I found him. I found him on eBay. He was in Salina, Kansas. Now, I'm not all that familiar with Kansas, other than its general location on a map. So here we got our 4 lanes. Those 2 go to the West Loop south, and we're going to stay in the lanes that say West Loop north. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get in the leftmost lane so that we are not forced to do any weird lane changes once we get over this flyover. So Salina, Kansas, well, Kansas in general. Okay, if you don't know where Kansas is, you got Texas, then right above Texas is Oklahoma, and then right above Oklahoma, Kansas. And Salina, Kansas is smack dab in the center of the state of Kansas. And the state of Kansas is essentially shaped like a rectangle. So I saw the car on eBay, and I was like, that's the one. That's the one. Now, mind you, it wasn't the car I had thought I was going to buy. I did not know I was buying myself a 350Z. I was actually looking at far, far, far more expensive cars, but I realized that I would have to wait another 10 years of life and another 10 years of saving money to buy a Ferrari 458. And you know, they're nice cars. I love them. But, okay, here we go. Exit only, these 2 lanes, 290. And the Quince Expo was this past weekend. We missed it. America's biggest. All right. we'll get back to the story once we clear this. So this is just like on the other side of the freeway when we were coming from the North Loop back to the West Loop South, and there's that kind of weird area that doesn't, it's like, what is this? I don't know what this is. This isn't 290. It's not the loop. That guy is on fire. Whew, that's why I smell burning rubber. That's so nasty. So, anyway, here we are. We are flying over to 290. Below us is the loop. It's a little windy out here today. Not gusty, but just breezy. And you can see the sky is totally cloudy. Great day for photography. Not a good day to be outside digging holes. Alright, look at this. Now this, all of this part of 290 that we're going to drive on today is new. And I mean, they just finished it like 2 years ago. It's, it used to be just a pothole hellstrom, but now it's actually a pretty drivable road. Would I recommend you drive it all the way to Austin? No. There are far better ways to get to Austin. But in town, if you want to go to, say, Cypress, or one of those, there's a big outlet mall past Cypress, near Cypress. I don't know the name of it. That was a sheet of plywood laying in the road. Tanger, something factory outlet store. So if you want to go to the outlet stores, just get on 290, head in the general direction of Austin. You'll find it. It's pretty big. You can't miss it. All right, we are on 290. And what do we have here today? Nothing. So to our left would be Spring Branch. Now, I personally don't think Spring Branch comes all the way to 290, but apparently that's what the district people are saying these days. So I guess we'll just work with it. What's over here? Northwest Houston. I don't know anything about it other than I have a friend that used to live over here, and that's about it. So we've got, this is the exit to 43rd Street, and then further up ahead is an exit for Bingle. So Bingle runs all the way through Spring Branch back to I-10. So anyway, back to Salina, Kansas. I finally decided I'm buying it. I'm doing it. And I called the guy on the phone. It was at a dealership, a Ford dealership. And the story that I was told, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but it's a pretty good story, is that the elderly gentleman who owned Virgil before me, the first owner, also had a Ford Raptor. See, there's nothing out here. Nothing at all. But when we did our video about jaywalking, the lady right over there. So I call the guy and at the Ford dealership, and the guy tells me this story that the elderly gentleman that owned Virgil before me had a Ford Raptor, and for whatever reason he broke it to the point where it could not be repaired. So he was driving Virgil around for a while, trying to come up with his next make a decision on his next vehicular purchase, and he decided to buy another Ford Raptor. So he said, I'm gonna get rid of Virgil. But it wasn't Virgil. He wasn't Virgil then. He was just the Blue Z from Kansas, Salina, Kansas. Now, if you've ever bought a used car before, what's the first thing you do? You go look at it, and you see if it's a piece of shit or not. Now, Leon, put up a map of Houston with a line that goes up to Salina, Kansas, and maybe some information on like how long that takes to drive there. It's probably a solid 12 hours. Oh, hold on there, champ. And they have these grooves on 290 as well as I-10. These, like, you can let go of the wheel and it'll just kind of, I don't know, do that. I'm not going to drive or fly to the center of Kansas to go do a pre-purchase inspection on a car. It's just not going to happen. But on the eBay page where Virgil was being listed, over there in a little side column thing there, it said, need a pre-purchase inspection? Click here and hire this company. Okay, we're a mile and a half away from Tollway 8, so we're not heading north. We're heading northwest-ish, but we are about to go under Tollway 8. That should give you a basic idea of where we're at. Now, we did cross this location when we went out to the airport. We crossed that. We were over there, and then we drove over there. We went north on Tollway 8. So this company advertises that they can do a pre-purchase inspection anywhere in the continental United States. And the name of the company is Rater. It's like the letter R, the number 8, TR. There's something really bad happening over there because the traffic is backed up and I see flashing lights. I don't know. Well, nobody seems to be jamming on the brakes to look at it, so they're oblivious to it. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we got all kinds of flashy lights. Oh, we got cars, we got people. Madness and mayhem on 290. You should expect no less. So I get in contact with the people at Rater, and their thing is that they'll go out and for like $150 do a pre-purchase. Look at the traffic over there, man. Somebody fucked up, and they'll go out and do this pre-purchase inspection on your behalf. So I hired them, and I was like, I want this car that's out in Salina. Go take a look at it. And the guy that I was chatting with there was like, yeah, no problem at all. It was like a week before Thanksgiving, maybe a week and a half. This was 2023. And so I'm like waiting for them to like, okay, we're going out tomorrow. The guy's name is Bill. He's going to meet with your guy out there. And then they kept not calling me. And it got to a point where I was calling them. Like, when are you going out there? What the hell's going on here, man? I want to get this taken care of. And they never went. And the long story is I ended up having to do one of those chargebacks on my credit card because they wouldn't give me my money back. So, Rater, they're out. I'm standing here with my hoo-hoo in my hand, and what am I going to do? So, I get my iPad and a sheet of paper, and I start just looking for car places in or around Salina, Kansas that can do an inspection on a car for me. And I must have called like 10 different places and nobody was picking up the phone. Nobody at all. Until the very end. Until I got to the V's. And whom did I call? Yes, I called Virgil's Automotive. And who is Virgil? Virgil is this super sweet dude. Lives in Salina, Kansas. Awesome guy. A little gruff on the phone. Kind of got that grumbly voice on the phone. And I was like, Mr. Virgil, look at that Porsche. In Daytona Blue Metallic, no less. And I'm like, I got this car. I need it inspected. I'm trying to buy it. Everybody's jerking me around. Is there any way that you can drive out to the Ford dealership and inspect my car? And he was like, hell yeah, I can do that for you. I got to go out there anyway. I got some parts at the part desk I need to go pick up. Long story short, Virgil inspected my car and gave him the okay. Said he needed brakes and he smells like antifreeze. And he needed brakes and Virgil smells like antifreeze. All right, I have taken the exit from 290 to the feeder road to get to Highway 6. There's 290 for you. That's about it. In the mornings, pardon me, traffic heading the opposite direction, jacked up. In the afternoons, this direction, jacked up. Because a lot of people commute from Cypress and these areas here. I'm not really sure what that side is called. So now that we're transitioning off of 290 into the Highway 6 part of today's mission, I'm going to explain Highway 6 to you. Highway 6 is that way, and 1960 is that way. And if you look at them on a map, it looks like one continuous curve, but it's not. Highway 6 actually merges, becomes one together with 290 all the way out to this guy. This guy's in a hurry. There's a town out there. It starts with the B. No, Hempstead. It's Hempstead is out there. So when you get out to about Hempstead, Highway 6 continues to go north out towards Fort Worth. But right here is the beginning of FM 1960. It's the same damn road as Highway 6, only it goes that way. And Highway 6 goes this way. And we're essentially going to be heading south, and we're going to be heading towards I-10, because that is where I live. And we're going to go home because it's 38 degrees. It's freezing out here. I got the seat on like high, and I'm still cold. I don't agree with this cold weather. I don't get it. So, eventually, Virgil, it was right after Thanksgiving. It was like 2 days after Thanksgiving. Virgil showed up. And if I can find that video, I will splice it in, because I was screaming and yelling and jumping and hollering like I was a little girl. I was so freaking happy. So freaking happy. Is my car. It's looking super. He needs a bath. All right. But, like everything else in my life, the car needed a name. And, pardon me, in appreciation for Virgil giving me a free, he didn't charge me for it, but he gave me a free inspection on the car, gave it the okay sign, the thumbs up, whatever you do, and all was well. And here he is. And I didn't think Virgil is too, like, he called himself Verge. Okay, that was what the old guy called himself. I think he referred to himself as Verge. But I like Virgil. It's a little bit more, I don't know, it just got a little bit more to it. If you go up that ramp over there, you'll go over this intersection and just save yourself a couple seconds. But I didn't have time to get over there, so we'll just try over here. So here's Hempstead Road, not to be confused with Hempstead Highway. And I'm gonna get over here because those dudes are digging a hole and they look pretty freaking serious about it. So, Virgil, that's where Virgil got his name, from the very nice man at Virgil's Automotive in Salina, Kansas. So if you are anywhere in central Kansas and need any type of automotive service completed on your vehicle, check out Virgil's Automotive. Ooh, there's a white 370Z. He's going to pass right there. There he goes. I would have honked, but everybody would be just looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? So, that's how Virgil got his name. So, what will we do now? So there's a shoe sitting on the ground over there. It's a right shoe. The left shoe is over here. And I'm thinking, free pair of shoes. So what is Highway 6? Highway 6 runs from right here at 290, and it goes all the way south to like, it's not Tiki Island. There's a town right. It takes you basically to Galveston. That's what it is. So we haven't discussed it much yet, but I-45 south. You know, we did our stuff last week, and we got the feel for 45. But if you head south on 45 from Pasadena, you will eventually get to Galveston. But I'm telling you, that is one fucked up road. I mean, it's crazy, like Mad Max crazy. I'm wearing my work boots, so I'm usually barefooted when I'm driving. Now I'm wearing my boots. I feel like I'm driving a tank. Galveston. So if you are not in like a huge freaking hurry to get, there's a guy on a bike up here, to get to Galveston, consider taking Highway 6. Now, it will take you through a couple small towns, one of those towns being Santa Fe. And you may recall several years ago there was a school shooting in Santa Fe, and you will pass right by that place. So, you know, pay your respects when you go past. But that's a nice drive. Anything beats 45. You know, getting hit in the head with a rock is better than driving on 45 south. So if you're not in a hurry, and you'll go through Sugarland, and then there's another big ass master planned community down there. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a nice drive. It's just like this. It's a state highway. There are lights. There are cars. That dude is on that bicycle just jamming. He's probably going 30 miles an hour with no helmet on. That's gonna hurt. Most of the area that we're going to cover today is, as far as Highway 6 is concerned, it's just a boatload of retail on the front and residential behind. And this area, specifically to our right, is known as Copperfield. Like David Copperfield? Yes. Although I don't think he really has any... I don't know, I have to look that up. Does David Copperfield have anything to do with the master plan community called Copperfield? I don't know. Maybe it's on his wiki page. Pardon me. It's hot in here. Oh, we're up to 40 degrees. Look at that. Very thirsty. And I have a whole bottle of water, pardon me, but it's way over there and I can't reach. So it's just me and my very flat can of Pib Zero. yeah, so this is Copperfield. May or may not be related to David Copperfield. This would be, as far as buying a house perspective, not a bad area to live. I mean, you definitely have access to all of the fast food, gasoline, big item stores. We're gonna pass another state highway here in a second called 529, and there's a Lowe's and a Home Depot and a Target and a Sprouts, and there's an HEB a little bit further down the road, and so on and so forth. So you have access to all of the amenities as far as buying shit. I don't know what the home values are, but Leon's going to take a look at something off of Forest Trails Drive in the Middlegate Village subdivision. We'll see. I'm guessing these houses are probably, I don't know what, 200, 225. So now that's where it says Copperfield. I don't know. I'm gonna go with 225. It would be a good, like, average. I don't know. So you are not in Houston Independent School District. You are in Cy-Fair, which is Cypress Fairbanks. So I don't even know if this is Harris County. I can't imagine. Is it? I'm trying to think of how it's shaped. Yeah, I guess we could be in Harris County. I haven't seen a sign that says otherwise. What other notable things are out here? Really not much. So obviously, if you're here, you have very easy access to 290. Whether or not you actually want to get on 290, whole different story. Like I said, it's very new tarmac. Got the man running me down. That's right, copper. Anyway, so I mean, it's comfortable to drive on. It's just you're gonna run into your typical commuter traffic during the week, and that may or may not be something you're willing to partake in. Like I've said before, and I'll repeat myself, it's all about your pain tolerance levels. Can you take it? Let's see, there's a veterinary hospital over there. And there's a whole lot of empty retail, like strip centers, and that has become kind of a thing in Houston. I mean, I understand that everybody likes new, shiny. And the first one, there was another Z, a Vert, 370 Vert. Man, I don't know. Maybe this is just where all the 370s are, in the Copperfield area. So much of this, yes, these things are older, these shopping centers, but I don't understand why they're so abandoned and then people just go build another one. It's so stupid. Now we've got like empty, buildings all over Houston, and nobody's ever going to do anything with them. We're going to let them sit there and disintegrate like all those other old parts of Houston that we've talked about before, and, you know, it's kind of depressing. Yeah, I'm depressed now. Hey, look, there's a McDonald's. So we are rapidly approaching 529. As a matter of fact, once we go past this light, we will be sitting at 529. There's the Sprouts. There's a Ross, Best Buy. I swear there was a Walmart over here too. Lowe's is over there. Home Depot is immediately next to it. Hey, I don't plan this stuff. There's the Target. HEB is a little bit further down. Yeah, retail and suburban living. Yes, this is suburbia. Actually, if you want real suburbia, You get back on 290 and keep going northwest until you get to Cypress. Oh yeah, it's crazy out there. It's like everything is brand new. I mean, like we built it yesterday. Michael's Arts and Crafts, self-storage. I think that used to be a skating rink. Party City. Look at all this stuff. Discount Tire. Hey, if I haven't told you before, you can go get your tire air pressure checked for free at Discount Tire. I can't get behind this guy anymore. He's driving me crazy. All right, Shipley Donuts. There ain't a fucking thing out here except for food and giant apartment buildings. My sister-in-law lives out here, not too far away. Yeah, there's really nothing exciting here, but the area that we are approaching, I don't know if it's an official district yet, but it's called Bear Creek. Now, like I said, there are no bears there, which, I don't know. I like bears. Maybe bears aren't your thing, but if there were actual bears at Bear Creek, well, this would be a radically different video, but it is not, for there are no bears. There are possums. I don't know, can you substitute bears? This road is diabolically boring because everybody's on their phone, and that says 40, I'm going 37, 36, oh, now we're hitting the brakes. There's an Aldi. Speaking of Aldi, I saw an Aldi commercial the other day. Now, I don't know if you've ever been into an Aldi. I've been into one, and it's actually on Highway 6, way south of I-10, out by close to Bel Air. And that place is a fucking shithole. But I saw this commercial, and it was like, Aldi was just like this beautiful, pristine, very, like, no, that's not what Aldi is like at all. You are lying. Do not lie to me. Oh man, it was horrible. Ugh. It's like going to like the Social Security office, or you're like, it's like, what? This is horrible. It's worse than purgatory. Like everything kind of smells weird, and the lights aren't very bright. They're like these cheap ass fluorescent things. I don't know. I really shouldn't diss on Aldi because I'm pretty sure Aldi is the only thing that some people have. And I feel sorry for you because Aldi really sucks. If you have a Kroger or an H-E-B near you, check them out. We've been doing Kroger as of late, but during the pandemic, and even for quite a while after the pandemic was over, we would go to H-E-B in Spring Branch. It's right there on Bunker Hill, right off I-10, and do the pickup where you sit in your car and they bring it and put it in your trunk and you drive away. It's so awesome. It was so awesome. Because one of the worst things that I, as an adult, ever have to do is go grocery shopping. And I despise it because every time I go, I get back to the crib, and guess who's up in my grill? You know it, that little blonde chick. And she's like, I told you to get baby bok choy, not full-size bok choy. And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta turn back around, go to Kroger. Yes, I would like to return this bok choy. Apparently, it is the wrong size. All right, what do we got? So this is Keith Harrow, a rather major thoroughfare in this side of town. Where I guess we could say we're in Bear Creek now. But yeah, it goes that way. It will. Where will it take you? I'm trying to think. I have no idea where it goes. This way, it just keeps going until you get to like 99, which is, we're not even going to touch 99 for quite some time. It's not even in Houston. So, but we'll get to it. But yeah, it's just a big road, and it's all behind here. It's all houses, and some are going to be older houses, some are going to be newer houses, some are going to be in between houses. I don't understand why this light is still red. But anyway, Bear Creek Bears. What were we talking about? This is so boring. I'm like, my brain is turning into gelatin. Like, what am I doing? Why are we going? Anyway, Aldi. We're talking about Aldi. Here's the HEB. Oh, grocery shopping. Yeah, it sucks. I'm always getting the wrong thing. Or why did you buy 3 packages of Oreos? Like, because I want some fucking Oreos. Like, you don't really need all of this ice cream, do you? Like, yeah, that's why I bought it. I need it. Anyway, I hate grocery shopping. Now, if I go with Diane, if we go together as a team, I can push the cart, read off the list, that kind of stuff. But, like, on my own, man, because when I go into a grocery store, I put myself in the perspective, or like I think of myself as like a commando. Like I'm gonna rappel from the ceiling and get my Nilla wafers and some chicken wings, and I'm going in there to do business. I'm not in there to like mosey around and just kind of hang out in the peanut butter section. Peanut butter, give me. Moving on. Jelly, flour, eggs. Eggs really have not, at least around here, have not really gone up in price. Maybe 25 cents? Maybe? I don't know. I do keep an eye on prices for the most part. Okay, Clay Road. Super duper major thoroughfare. As a matter of fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a U-turn in this designated left-hand turn lane. And we're going to go down Clay Road. And we're going to go to Bear Creek Park. Maybe. I just noticed there's a walker in the back of this truck. So this could be a while. Nobody behind me. So let's see. What else do I not like doing? There's no cars coming. I don't understand why you just don't go. Just go. Yeah, just go. Just go. Keep going. Ooh, tire and wheel. Look. Ooh, 22's rolling. Oh shit. Now, they're going to lunch. All right, take your time. Enjoy your food. So, Bear Creek Park. So when I was very, very young, before I-10 was even like built, I lived in Spring Branch. We talked about this. We drove through Spring Branch, and on occasion we would come all the way out here from Spring Branch and go to Bear Creek Park. And my memory is that they had this like a slide, but in order to get to the top of the slide, you had to crawl up a set of stairs, like a round staircase. But it was inside this rocket-shaped metal structure thing. It was so cool. I remember that. And then they tore it down, crushing my childhood memories. All right, we are now eastbound on Clay Road. To our left is just a bunch of houses that flooded during Harvey, and to our right was once a golf course, and now it's just a very sad looking field. This road is very bumpy. All right, Hickory Downs only goes that way. It's all residential back there. Prices in the, I would say, upper 90s up to about 175,000. That'd be my take. I would not buy a house over here. This will flood. All of this area, we'll pull into the entrance so you can see a little bit of the park, but all of this is part of the Addicks Reservoir. This land was not designed to be lived on, because this is where all the water comes and sits when it floods upstream, when it rains in Austin and San Antonio, the hill country, Dallas. It all comes here to Bear Creek Park. Bear Creek Drive, next signal. Let's check it out. Yeah. It's 38 degrees. There's nobody at the park. You know why? Oh, shit. Because it's cold. All right. Please do not encourage criminals by leaving valuables in your car. All right. The constable has spoken. All right, here you go. So that used to be... I'm going to try to do this. Look at this. It's sad. It's lonely. It's very bad. It used to be a golf course. As a matter of fact, the guy that used to do our pest control, Mr. Bill Stiley, used to come play golf here all the time. He did 9 holes every day. Every day. It's like, Bill, it's pouring down rain outside. Got to get my 9 holes in. All right. Doke. All right. We're going to just turn here on Kunkel. Kunkle. Kunkel. And? That's not a very attractive smell. What's going on over here? Oh, got ourselves some kind of public utility thing. What is this? We're cleaning the toilets. Alright, it's like a little picnic amphitheater thing. I do not know if you have to rent these in advance. Up there. See, I got the brain of a sharp, smart man. Pavilion number 6. This pavilion may be used by reservation only. Call 281-353-4196. Look at all these birds. Virgil. Did you ever see the birds? With Tippy Hedren? And is it Rod Taylor? I'm glad I remembered this. So, last week, Virgil and I went on a mission that ended in failure, because we had talked at the end of our previous video about going to Brazos Bend State Park to see the alligators. And I'm going this way. I'm like, where am I? So last Thursday, Virgil and I drove all the way out to Needville, Texas, to Brazos Bend State Park to not only show you how to get there, but to show you the alligators and maybe look at George Ranch. Well, let's just say there wasn't one fucking alligator out there. Not a one. The only alligator that we saw was the one on the sign when you got there. That was it. So it was, the video is like 3 hours of me just bitching and complaining there ain't no fucking alligators out there. I don't know. The whole experience was lackluster. Oh, hey, you want to race? Look at you, big boy. Looking good with the 5-0. There's a big hole right there. Boop. All right. Who's got the right of way? As soon as I go, they'll take off. Yeah, let them go. Baird Foundation Repair. Their website is gobairdgo.com. Look at this. It's a little Fiat. The dude doesn't even look like he fits in there. Come on. Drive faster, drive slower, drive faster, drive slower. Anyway, so maybe I'll Leon, can you just pull up some footage of me yelling about alligators and just stick it in here for a couple seconds, and then we'll come back. This man wants to see the beasts from 1 million years ago. Caution, alligators. See, that's why we're here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, dude. Is there alligator seed season? Is there like I don't know. Is there a time of day when the alligator is like most active? I don't know. Well, I can tell you that on the nav, there's like a little blue or green box with blue dots in it. I guess that every one of those blue dots is like an alligator. That's my guess. I didn't look it up in the book. All right, there you go. All right, so we have returned to Clay Road. So we came 290 down Highway 6, and now we're going on Clay Road. We're heading east. So everything out here that you see is designed as flood control, which is probably why this road is as bumpy as it is, because during Hurricane Harvey, this was all underwater. And I'm not talking like a couple inches. I'm like, it was underwater. Lots of water, like a lot of water. There's a jogging track over here. If you are a citizen of the Bear Creek area, you can come over here and play some soccer, walk around the track. I'm pretty sure they have other things. I know on Saturdays the kids' soccer leagues are out here. A lot of yelling and screaming. That's empty. And if you're unfamiliar with Hurricane Harvey, it happened, I don't know, it's probably been 6-7 years ago. Houston is not immune to hurricanes. We don't get them a lot. And it doesn't really take a great deal of rain to make Houston flood, because Houston is flat and it's at sea level. I mean, we're probably right here. We're no more than 20 feet above sea level. Maybe 25 feet. I mean, we are ridiculously close. And the ocean is just over there, right? The Gulf of Mexico. It's the Gulf of Mexico. It's the Gulf of Mexico. All right, so we're going to make a right onto Eldridge Parkway. Yes, that Eldridge Parkway. And we are now going to go south. All right, speed limit 40, strictly enforced. So I'm going to get on 40, do this, and hold on, I'm going to do this. I don't want anybody fucking giving me tickets. All right, cruise control. There's a hawk flying around. Actually, it's not a hawk. That is a Mississippi kite. How do I know? I looked it up. So all of this is designed... that tree just fell the fuck over. He was like, screw it, I'm dead. I'm assuming a lot of these trees have died in the frost in the last year and this year. But yeah, this is all designed to be... this is a big swimming pool. And it's weird because there is an actual dam, a giant wall, and we're going to drive over it. And when this was all flooded after Harvey, I don't know what year that was. It's like 7 years ago now. But what happened was, for 5 days, the hurricane parked itself over Houston and just kept raining. It rained nonstop 5 days in a row. The whole fucking city was underwater. And the problem was that there are actual, it's like a dam. It's a dam. And pardon me, it can open and close at the will of the Army Corps of Engineers. And they had it closed. All this water was accumulating, but they, on the Barker Reservoir side, which we'll get there, they opened the dam without sufficient forewarning, and it let too much water out of the Barker Reservoir, and it went down Buffalo Bayou and flooded everything on Buffalo Bayou. If you had a house anywhere near Buffalo Bayou, within a quarter mile in either direction of Buffalo Bayou, your house was underwater, and that Oh my Lord. It was such a shit show. It did not need to happen. And the only reason they opened the dam was because they were afraid the dam, the giant berm of dirt, was not sufficient enough to hold that much water, which is like, well, wait a minute. Who designed this thing? The Army Corps of Engineers? And now we're going to let them go, let's open it. I don't think it's going to hold. Like, why didn't you build? You made it. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. So, 42. It's a 40 mile an hour. A lot of dead. All this wood here is dead. Kind of spooky looking. But so yeah, this was all underwater, and you could go up to the top and look, and it was just like you can see snakes swimming around, turtles. But the flooding went all the way back to where we were, past Clay Road. Like, damn, dude. I mean, don't buy a house over here. Just don't do it. Service access road. I bet you there's alligators back there. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of alligators back there. A lot of them. And I was confused because I'm like, alligators are big, right? I mean, on TV they make them out to be like these huge things, and I'm out there at Brazos Bend State Park, like, are they like this? I don't get it. Where are the alligators? All right, enough of this dipshit. Shit. That's off. All right, so up ahead is the berm. This is the man-made land mass that holds back all the water when a hurricane sits on top of Houston for 5 days. Looks like they've had some kind of construction going on here. It's all jacked up. And there's a mattress. Ooh, that's a nice mattress too. Addicks Reservoir. There's a nice sign there with the Army Corps of Engineer logo. All right, here we go. The actual dam is right over there. Right over there? No, it's over. What the fuck is it? It's right there. Right there. All right. Before us lay I-10 and the bumpiest fucking road in Houston, Eldridge. Are we going to go down Eldridge again? No, but I will say this, Mayor Lex Luthor. It's nice to see that you finally started working on Richmond, and Kirkwood is now a mud pit. It's really, I'm thinking we should do some tractor pulls in there. Just saying. It's a mess. Don't drive down Kirkwood, but hashtag repave the west side. It's working. It's working. I don't know. They must have had a plan for a while and just kind of held it, like close to their chest, because Kirkwood is, it was bad between so like south of, actually right at Briar Forest all the way down to Westheimer. Ooh, it's bad. And I had just washed Virgil, and I had to go get my hair cut, and I was like cutting down over there so I can go someplace else, and it was like, so much for washing Virgil. All right, so this is I-10, and we're gonna head west. We're gonna stay on the feeder road, but this is the feeder road for I-10 West. And that's the Hyatt Regency. I would not stay there. Bodily fluids, my friend. Bodily fluids. That place has been there a long, long time. It used to be the Omni. So the actual dam that opens the door is right there on the other side of those trees that you can't see. Why? Because they're on the other side of those trees. But it goes into, it's just a clusterfuck of epic proportions. So anyway, here's our plan. We went down Clay. Now we're going down the feeder road, heading back to Highway 6. I'm actually going to take you to the Barker Reservoir Dam. They have they have done some significant modifications to it to make it pass whatever muster giant mounds of dirt must pass. So this right here to our right is the Metro Park and Ride. For all you pussies who don't want to sit in traffic, hey, whatever. All right. So that big road going over this road, that's Highway 6. That is Highway 6. And these lanes always back up. There are 2 left turn lanes to head south on Highway 6, and it's always backed up, and you just do shit like this because that's what you do. That's how you exert dominance on people, is you cut them off and then sit at a light with them right behind you, them glaring at you. I hear sirens. Ooh. I don't see any flashing lights. Anyway, so that Waffle House is gross. Yeah, it's really gross. And this whole area right here, I-10, Highway 6, is kind of gross. Which is pretty interesting because Memorial Drive, which I think that's going to be one of our next 1 or 2 missions, is Memorial Drive. But Memorial Drive is considered to be a rather posh, upper crust roadway, at least the area that it runs through. But out on this side, it's a shithole just like everything else. There used to be a Motel 6 here. Now it's something else. But there's homeless people all over this area. As a matter of fact, the city of Houston put up a fence around kind of a water, what do they call that? It's not a reservoir. They have a watershed. It's essentially just a big hole in the ground for water to go to if it has no other place to go to. It's part of the I don't want to call it sewage system, but the city's drain system. Yeah, it's just a big hole in the ground. You see them all over Houston. They're usually behind some trees. And but since that place went from Motel 6 to whatever the fuck it is now, tons and tons and tons of homeless people have started congregating over here. So don't be surprised if somebody needs 25 cents to buy a tall boy, because they're right out here. Okay, so we are now on Highway 6 again. It's a cool looking Audi. So look at this. And that's the fence. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all fenced. And they recently just slapped together these, I don't know, they're not townhomes because they don't touch, but it's supposed to be like senior living. Like, I would not let anybody that I know, much less a senior citizen, live in one of these shitholes. Oh, they got some Lambos out here today. A little bright yellow Murcielago. All right, and this light here is Memorial Drive. The Dairy Queen has been here forever. These apartments behind the Starbucks are brand new. I don't even know if they're leasing them yet. And so they took the subway was a freestanding building. Now they just stuck it inside the gas station there. All right. And then this used to be a used car lot. Then it was a homeless encampment, and now it looks like somebody's developing it. Who? Bercadia? I don't know. Why would you want to live here? It floods right here. Okay, so Buffalo Bayou is directly in front of us, and this right here is the Barker Reservoir. As a matter of fact, this is the dam for Barker Reservoir. All right, let's see if we can get in a position where you can actually see it, because it's not the easiest thing to see. All right, let's do this. How does that? Can you? So you can see water coming out of it. So the berm, the big hill, holds the water out that way. So the one over there is called the Addicks Reservoir. This one is called the Barker Reservoir. And the only way I keep track of which one is which is alphabetically. A over there, B over here, A over B. That's how I figured it out. So previously, what you just had was like one outlet, and this was all just grass. And who would ever think that we would have a hurricane that would sit on top of Houston for 5 days and cause massive flooding? But the water, I don't know how tall that berm is, but I'm going to say 25 to 30 feet. I mean, you see, this is a walking trail and a biking trail, and those ducks? No, those are egrets. They will give you scale when they drive past there, and that's a big fucking hill. So the water was up to the top. So we're talking just gazillions of gallons of water, and they let it out, and it's Buffalo Bayou, and it just kept going down Buffalo Bayou and flooded out everybody, and I mean everybody. Like I said, if you're within a quarter mile either direction of Buffalo Bayou, you got flooded. Now, you're probably going to ask, well, why didn't your house flood? You're over here. My village's street flood control sewage, whatever the fuck you want to call it, does not empty into Buffalo Bayou. It empties into Brays Bayou. Yes, remember did we talk about Brays? I think we talked about Brays Bayou one time. And yes, that's where there are alligators out there. I've seen them. Addicks field office. There you go. So all of this was underwater, and the water came all the way out to this light. And this light is just an entryway into some highfalutin old folks' home. So we're on Highway 6. That's south. And once we pass by this, our next stoplight is Barker Cypress. Then after that, we are going to be at Westheimer. However, this is as far as I'm going to take you today, ladies and gentlemen, because I have nothing else to say. I'm done. So, thank you for traveling with me today. I apologize for the complete lack of excitement, Barker Reservoir, but this is part of Houston that if you know about it, you can use it to do something. Like if there's a traffic jam and you need to cut, and you're going to Cypress, you can cut up Highway 6. If you're going to Cypress and something, you can cut down Highway 6. And just, if you know these roads, you can access them, combine them with other roads, and make a great escape. So, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you once again for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend. Pet your dog for me. And, hey, that's all I got. Love you. Bye-bye. And used car dealerships. There are a boatload of used car dealerships out here. Don't even get me started.